Hey everyone, I'm Tom. I'm the founder of AutoFlow, and I'm just shooting a quick demo for how you create a test case in the system. So you're going to want to go to the testing page in the app. You can click the testing icon in the sidebar here, and then once the page loads, you want to click the create test case button at the top here. If I click that, that will take you to the test case builder. So this is where you can set up your new automated test. If you give the test a name, I'll just say my example test, and then a description, describe what the test case is doing. So go to the Wikipedia homepage, do a search. Starting URL, so where do you want to begin the test? I'll put the Wikipedia homepage for this, and then viewport size, how big do you want the browser to be? Once you've filled all that out, click start remote browser. What that's going to do is fire up a Chrome browser through our remote browser provider. You can see here you've got the loading state. Once it's started, you can see that the live stream has dropped in here on the right. Underneath, ready to record. Basically, once the starting URL has loaded and the screen looks as you expect it to, you're just going to hit start adding steps. That will record a screenshot of how the screen should look when the test case starts, just for when it's run later on. And then these controls underneath the live stream drop in that let you add steps. So there's a load of different steps you can add, and I won't go through them all on this demo, but I'll do a separate guide that explains all of them. But you can do stuff like left click, right click, keyboard, you can type text, browser if you want to reload the page. There's loads of different steps you can do. As I say, I'll do a separate guide and a separate video on them. I'll keep this one simple. So the Wikipedia page is loaded. The first step I want to add is to click on the input. By default, the test step type that's selected will be left click. All I have to do is click on the input on the live stream, and then you can see it's recorded step number 2. Click on that coordinate. It's clicked on the input. I can now add a typing step. So I'm just going to say search for test. That's added a third step on the left here, type test, and you can see in the live stream it's type test into the input. I'm going to add another action I'll add a wait, so I'll say wait for 1 second, and then I will hit the search button, the blue search icon here. So again, it's defaulted to a left mouse click action. If I click that, step 5 has been added, another click, and then you can see it's gone to, I think, the first result page from Wikipedia, so for tests. I'm now going to finally add a UI check, just again to say, does the screen look as I expect it to, which it does right now, and then I'm all done. So once you finish all of your test case steps, you can hit finish. That will take you to the test detail page, so it's got a summary of the test. Down the left hand side you can see it's got all of those steps that I recorded, if I want to edit them or just review what I added. And then once you set up a test, you're going to want to run it just to make sure it works as you expect. So if I hit run test case, it's going to open a loading page. So this will basically run through what I just set up. It will load up the remote browser. Once it's ready, it will check that the opening screen looks how I expect it to based on the screenshot, and then it will execute every single test case step that I added. So all the clicks, all the typing, any UI checks, anything that you added onto it, it will execute those for you. And then once it's run, it will reload. You don't need it open while it's running. You can step away and do some other work. You can close the app. It will still run in the background, and then when you come back to it, you can see I've got an execution results page. So I can see completed at the top. The test case was run successfully. Screen recording, so I can watch the playback of what the what happened. If I play that, you'll see that it's just going to do what I did when I set it up. It goes to Wikipedia homepage, searches, and then confirms the results page. You then on the right, you've got your screenshot. So this will list every step that was taken, and then if there was a screenshot involved, I can click compare, and then it will just show me the expected UI. So that was a screenshot that was captured when I set up the test versus the actual UI. So what did the screen look like when the test case was run? And I can just compare them really easily. Obviously, if it's passed, then they were exactly the same. There's no difference. If there were minor cosmetic differences on the page, the test will continue to run, but it will mark it as needing review just to point out the differences to you and let you decide if it should pass or fail. And if it's clearly broken, then it will just fail, and the test case will be status will be failed. So yeah, really basic test case there, but you can build up a lot more sort of complicated user journeys as you go, but I'll do some other guides around how to build up some more complicated sort of tests using those other test steps. So I think that's all for now. Right, thank you.